The Mellbourne Storm take on the North Queensland Cowboys. Cowboys did manage to grab a win in dramatic fashion last week. Not their most convincing performance, but they got the job done. Few changes for the Storm. No Pappenhausen this week. Hines goes in at fullback from the bench. Vunivalu back on his wing, which means that Lumi Loom is slotted in at the 17 shirt instead of being out on that wing. Asava Solomona comes in as well for your starting prop. Kenny Bromwich back into the 12 shirt. The bench, Riley Jacks, Shonik the Hedgehog, Vete, and Lumi. And that is the Storm's side there. I love him. I love him just for his name. It's great to say. As for the Cowboys, I've completely derailed this preview now, and I instantaneously regret it. It is the same 17 from last week. Gavin Cooper listed to start. Tom Gilbert on the bench. That's the only change for them. They don't have anyone with a fun name to say, so I'm not going to harp on their team as too much. The Storm, you've got to be said, they are the easiest of picks this week for this one.
Yeah, on the head-to-head, Shining the Hedgehog. Please do something. Meme it up. I don't know how you're going to do it, but please do it.
I'm gonna spend so much time on this just for that 3-second clip.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Storm definitely the gimme tip of the week. Even without Pappenhausen, Nico Hines more than capable in the fullback role there. Interesting. I was talking on Twitter with Anton Poser about this one a little bit. Interesting that they've named Jackson Lumi both on the bench. Anton reckons that'll change, and potentially, someone like Eisenhuth or Kamikamitha will come in. Tui hasn't played in 6 months now. Hasn't played, I think, since round 2. Trying to get his back right. Eisenhuth, could very well easily take Lumi's spot. Potentially, I think Lumi named there just to see how Vunivalu's pulling up. But we'll see how that one goes. The other option is he'll come in, play in the centres. Brenko Lee drops out with Sandor Earl there in the 19 as well. As the Cowboys, you say what you want, but you can't see it happening, can you? You really can't. The obvious bet here is Storm 13+, but I don't know how comfortable I am putting anything on it. 13+ is $1.50, so I'm going to suggest Storm 13+, and we'll go with Josh Addo-Carr 2 or more tries, purely because after everything that's been happening in the media, is saying that the Tigers may have offered him a 4-year deal to come home. He may have a point to prove, but I don't really know where else I want to go on that one. I think I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah. For me, again, these are just outside chances. So last week I went Lee and Olam scored. The week before I went for Olam. I think Lee scored. So I'm not going to touch the centres because I've cursed myself enough in that spot. I'm going to go with Nico Hines for the anytime try scorer. I think that he's going to get an out-the-back ball, and rather than give it, he's just going to go himself. I think the Cowboys have a tendency to switch off, and Hines will just exploit that. Again, same line of thinking. I'm going to go Melbourne 13+. I think that the Cowboys have had their good game, even though it was a good game, it wasn't convincing. St. George are nowhere near the standard of the Mellbourne Storm, and if you're just going to eke out a win against them, prayers and good wishes to you when it comes up to playing against a Storm side that's basically desperately trying to run down the Panthers. If the Storm lose here, then the Panthers are as good as your minor premiers. I get that they can still lose one more game on top and still be there or thereabouts, but I can't see that the Storm are going to want to give up that chase now, especially not against the Cowboys side that's only got, I think that was their first win in 7 games last week. So the Cowboys they're not fantastic. So I go Storm 13+. I go Nico Hines anytime try scorer. As for the over-under, I'm not too sure because I think that the Storm probably score plenty of points and the Cowboys don't. So I'm a little hesitant to touch that one. So those will be my two for this game.
46.5 is the total that it's currently set at, so I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Hines, Storm 13 plus, that pays $3 on the dot. It's probably about as good as you're going to get, I reckon.
Yeah. And I think then we will move on to our final game of the round.